y a du monde, il y a du monde, il y a Trezeguet. Ah oui, l'équipe de France est championne d'Europe. L'équipe de France est championne d'Europe. A fazer um remate. Siamo campioni d'Europa.
That might be the worst Italian performance I have ever seen. And we saw Graziano Pele and what was that guy's name? Zaza starting for Italy. But that was pathetic. Abnormal. Lackadaisical. Whatever word you want to use to describe that Italian performance. But big up to the Swiss. They did their job and they got the win. And they didn't even have to play that well. They were. It is so crazy how the Swiss were in absolute cruise control and they won this game 2-0. They just had to play good for about 5 to 10 minutes where they actually found a good pass in behind. Vargas was an incredible goal. Freuler scoring up again. Bologna players are cooking up. I mean, well, we're trying to break this down, people, because now Switzerland have beaten the Azzurri 2-0 and advanced to another quarterfinals at the European Championships. That is back-to-back. But I underestimated, actually, of how incompetent Spalletti is. Because we're going to talk about that egregious and diabolical lineup that he put out there. And the subs. The subs were not any better. Spalletti should be taking all the heat for this. We can all talk about... We'll get to praising the Switzerland and everything for that. But if you're watching a replay, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Before this game, we all thought 50-50. So we can never underestimate Switzerland. They are a good side, and we just need to see them perform. Because the last time they were in round of 16 of a major tournament, what happened? They lost 6-1. So I was like, okay, a little bit hesitant there. Let's see how Murat Yakin prepares. Murat Yakin only had to make one chase because Wittmer, I think, was suspended for the game, and Doy goes right wing back. This is the difference between the two teams. Coaching. It's not that Switzerland have an amazing lineup, which they have a very good lineup. Akanji, Schär, Granit Xhaka, who still has only lost one game all season. It's because coaching. And a dude who I didn't have a lot of faith in heading into these European Championships, Murat Yakin, he just outcoached Spalletti. And Spalletti just won the Scudetto, what, 2 seasons ago? This is all on Spalletti. The Italian media, Fabio Capello, I don't know who else, should be absolutely roasting this guy for what he has done during these Euros. He actually had a good lineup in the first game. Italy were playing good football. Combination play. The passing was good. I mean, today, they could not build out from the back. They could not build another Colosseum if they wanted to. That is how bad they were until the 70th minute, and then Switzerland were like, bro, this is too easy. I think the Swiss players were like, these guys? Don't those dudes have like 4 World Cups and 2 Euros? They're like, this is easy work. Easy work. We make great knives. We have fantastic chocolate. We have nice politics. But I mean, dear Lord in hell, that was so bad. Now, I gotta show this lineup, people. Immediately, I have to show this lineup, right? Let me go. Actually, let's go to here. Switzerland know what they were doing. They play back 5, Abisher, and then Doy just are great. Abisher is such an interesting player because at times you see Abisher, he's in the 10 position. Then he's playing out wide. Or then Vargas is receiving the ball out wide. And Doy, the guy, I really like Doy, man. I think he's going to have a really good season with Bologna next year. I think it was his first or second season with Bologna. I'm not too sure. But he has really been a bright spot for these Euros. Then you have Freuler and Granit Xhaka. Like, these two are just so experienced and so controlling of the midfield. And then you have 3 good defenders in Schär, Akanji, and Ricardo Rodriguez. All of these players are comfortable on the ball. All of these players have high footballing IQ. And then we go to the Azzurri, right? Why on earth, if you're Spalletti, you watched 3 games of the group stage and saw Di Lorenzo and Cristante and you thought to yourself, let's play them. Let's play them. Because really, Di Lorenzo, oh my God, he was getting cooked. Oh, maybe he's going to turn it around in the knockout stage. No, Di Lorenzo was getting cooked in the first half. And Spalletti thought to himself, this is going to be a brilliant idea. I'm going to be honest right now. I don't usually say this. Cristante should not play for the Azzurri. I'm not even sure he would start for the San Marino national team. What did he do out there? Passing is off. Legs are gone. I felt bad for Barella. I think Barella is just so fatigued that they thought to themselves, we got to bring Barella off the field. We have to, because he just doesn't have the legs anymore. Fagioli, I actually like Fagioli. I think he should have been given more time during this Euros, but hey, Spalletti thought otherwise. And then, this is probably the weirdest one. He hasn't had any minutes at these Euros, but Spalletti thought, let's go with Stefan El-Shaarawy. Really? Stefan El-Shaarawy. He hasn't had 0 minutes at this Euros. Zaccagni just scored a crazy golazo. I'm sorry. The Spalletti got this completely and utterly wrong. Yes, this is not a talented Italian team. I fully understand. If people want to say that, where is the Baggios? Where's the Del Pieros? Francesco Totti's? Pirlo's? I get it, people. But I'm telling you this. This Italian squad, that is not the best starting 11. That is not the best starting 11. It isn't. You can start Bellanova, Buongiorno. You could have brought Locatelli, who didn't even get selected. There is plenty of options. Italy have a good future. Their under-19s just won the Euros, was it last year? The under-17s just won this summer's under-17s. But this squad, should we compare it? Let's compare with this one. Let us compare with this squad, right? The only difference with this team and the one I'm going to show you that's from 2016 under Antonio Conte when they made the quarterfinal is coaching. And also, look at the defense. The defense has Chiellini, Bonucci, Barzagli, and Buffon. But there's no world-class talent in the midfield. Yeah, you had De Rossi, Barolo, Giaccherini, Candreva, Florenzi, Pele, Eder. This is from 2016. So everybody can say, where's the talent? Where's the talent? This talent is this talent is that. I mean, did we say the same thing in 2016? It's about coaching. Conte got the best out of this squad. I mean, best out of that squad. Spalletti hasn't gotten the best out of this squad. I'm sorry, he hasn't. But also, got to give credit to Switzerland. They dominated this game. Granit Xhaka, I don't know what was happening to him in the first couple of minutes, but this is the first goal from Switzerland. Look how easy it is for Vargas to find Freuler. Where on earth is the midfield for Italy to track the runner of Freuler? Freuler has all day. He can go get some chocolate, get some fondue, raclette. Raclette is good, by the way. And there we go. Then he has an easy tap in. This was so simple for the Swiss to get a goal here that you have to look at the Italian midfield. What are you guys doing? Non-existent. Exactly, Adi. Non-existent. From the Italians. No desire. You know what? It's like, rest in peace to Angry Rant Man. So sad that he passed away. No desire. No passion. No aggression. That is exactly the Italians today. None of those things. The first half, it just looked like they were sleepwalking. They didn't know that this was a round of 16 for the European Championships. They thought this was the semifinals of the Nations League. Cool. I don't care. I'm just so disgusted. Italians, if you're watching a replay, please let me know. And if you're Italian in the chat, this might be a top 3 most diabolical and pathetic performance we may ever see from the Azzurri. If you lose to a Germany, if you lose to Switzerland and Switzerland just play amazing and they're just awesome football, I can understand it. The Swiss were just an absolute cruise control for 60 to 70 minutes. And they didn't even have to play amazing. They didn't. It's going to be so... The idea now is, what do you do if you're Spalletti and the Italian... You have to keep Spalletti. I'm sorry, you have to keep Spalletti. Because he's only been in the job for 8 games, 9 games. But now you're going to be worried is... What if he's going to make choices like this with the lineup and not really trusting his squad and trusting maybe other players... Is another World Cup berth going to be at jeopardy here? Because that's going to be the biggest issue. But we have to highlight Switzerland. Because yet again, I think people get surprised when they do well. I was a little bit shaky before this tournament. I was like, okay, they can make it to the round of 16 because they're a good tournament team. But Murat Yakin, tactics-wise, lineup-wise, is he going to be the best? I mean, Murat Yakin has got it spot on in every single game. With the lineups, with the subs, with the attitude, Murat Yakin, got to give him A+. So far in this tournament, he has been utterly amazing. And the players from Akanji to Shar, they have only conceded, what is that now, 3 goals. They've scored in every game so far. Can they win this, actually, people? Now, Switzerland are either going to play England or Slovakia. If you're England, if you do progress, of course, or if you're Slovakia, if you do progress, you got to be worried. Because the Swiss, they can defend, they can press, they can play out from the back, they can beat the press, they can beat you in any facet of any style of football. That's how good Switzerland are. And they don't have the names. They don't have amazing players. Okafor, who's had a decent season with AC Milan, I don't think he's even played any minutes. Which I'm shocked by. Shaqiri showed up for one half against Scotland and scored a golazo. That just shows you the Swiss are a team. They know their role. Murat Yakin has got this spot on. And then the Italians are the complete and utter opposite. There's 2 totally different spectrums that both of these teams have gone through during these Euros. One team is efficient. One team is just a glue. The other is just a car crash. And a manager who's completely and utterly just clueless right now. And yeah, look, I agree with this. This is a surprise, but still not a surprise. We know Swiss would be difficult for Italy, but maybe not in this way. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is not a surprise. We cannot see... If I dare see on ESPN FC, oh my god, the Swiss stun Italy. Get that crap out of here. You're just trying to do some basic clickbait title. This is not stunning. This is not an upset. This was a 50-50 game before the match, and it turned out to be 1,000-0 because Switzerland just dominated in every facet of the game. And I have to give them credit for it. Because do you think... People, let me know in the chat, and if you're watching a replay for Swiss, fantastic result, by the way. I don't know when was the last time. Let me quickly check. When was the last time Switzerland beat Italy? Because they didn't beat them in the qualifiers for the World Cup. Let me check, people. Let me check. Let me check here. So the last time Switzerland beat Italy was 1993. 1993. I wasn't born yet. So for some Swiss people, this is the first time ever that they see their nation beat Italy. How sweet. And it was so... No drama. No nothing. Just here. We're just chilling. We're chilling to the quarterfinals. And I want to see now how far Switzerland can go. Can they actually win this, people? I'm actually being serious here. Considering that they didn't play, I think, amazing. And they didn't really suffer... The Italians had their first shot on target in the 72nd minute. 72nd minute. Do you know how pathetic that is? That is just pure BS and just a whole terrible mark on a nation and a footballing nation that is one of the powerhouses of football. But instead... We're not even going to try today. We're not even going to try today. So I got a really big up to the Swiss national team. If I'm honest, right now, well, depending on how England are going to play against Slovakia, I would have Switzerland over England. Because they actually have a good style of play. Everybody is comfortable with the ball. Look at this well, I'm going to quickly show you people again. Remember, if you're just tuning in, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We'll be live after the... We only got 43 likes, man. You guys are performing like Scamacca, Spalletti, whatever Italian player. The only Italian player that can have his head up and be proud is Donnarumma. Every other player should hang their head in shame. Shame on them for not even trying. And especially Spalletti. Look at this. Look at how comfortable. Look at how every player just knows their role. You got Embolo and Rieder. This guy, he's pretty good. I actually haven't seen him play a lot before these Euros, but Rieder is a decent player. Abishir, and then you got Vargas on the left side, and Doi, who's just very comfortable in one-on-one situations. So the question mark will be then for Murat Yakin is, Do you start Ndoye again, or do you bring back Widmer? We'll see what the Moriyakin idea will be in the quarterfinal. But Freuler and Granit Xhaka, those guys, they just dictate play. They control the midfield. Vargas, an incredible goal from him. I knew if it got to 2-0, game over. And I think that's the idea that Moriyakin and the Swiss team had. Once halftime approached, they said, when we get out there for the second half, get an early goal and just kill any hope for the Italians. And that's exactly what they did. Because Vargas scored a golazo, man. What a goal he scored. And I'm just disgusted by it. But this is just such a well-oiled machine. And they've been playing really good football throughout these Euros. Fantastic first half against Hungary. Scotland was a bit of like a meh performance. I think it could have been better. Germany, I thought, even though they didn't have a lot of the ball, Switzerland, I thought they were really good, organized, really dangerous on the counterattack. And then today, they just controlled the game throughout. Even when they were out of possession and the Italians were trying to play football, the Swiss were like, this is easy. Jan Sommer had to make one save, and it was just straight to him from Retegui. Ah, man. I mean, Mbolo should have scored in the first half with that one chance he had, but, oh my God. I mean, comfortable, man. Comfortable. Do you, so everybody in the chat, if you're watching a replay, if Swiss people, please let me know. Let me know. I mean, this is a great result. Fantastic performance. Are you guys confident you can beat England or Slovakia? Make it to the court. My dream semifinal now would be Switzerland versus Austria. That would be so fascinating and great to see one of those teams make it to a final. But we'll see what happens in the quarterfinals and what the matchups will be, because Austria got to win. Obviously, then we'll see who Swiss would play in the quarterfinals. But this is great. The progress that Switzerland have made over and over again, where you try and count them out, they perform again. You try and count them out, they perform again. So, yep, great performance from Switzerland. I mean, the Italians, I'm sorry. I think all of those players just have a hotel and a flight booked straight to Lake Como, and they're just going to chill there for the entire summer. Because that was so bad. I see you saying Scamacca this, Scamacca that. Scamacca is the worst line I've ever seen, both in the Euro and the Azzurri. He just stands there and chats with the rival goalkeepers and probably gets a tattoo while standing. I am so disappointed in Scamacca. Scamacca, who, let's all be honest, Serie A fans, watching him play for Atalanta, the guy is a completely different player. I don't know what has happened to him at the Euros. And that's why I'm saying Donnarumma, and maybe to an extent Barella, those two can say, we've tried. We've done our job. What about the rest of you? What about Di Lorenzo, Cristante, not even, like, Bastoni has been pretty average as well. Like, he hasn't been the greatest, so is he really a guy you can trust in the back four? Even though I think he just needed his buddy Calafiori. I would not say that Mancini was terrible today, but they developed a good partnership between Calafiori and Bastoni. But overall, the fullbacks are just not good either. I know DiMarco was injured and he couldn't play, but they needed somebody on the left side. Udogi, who's obviously injured as well. I think there is talent in Italy. There is definitely talent. But it's Spalletti. He's gotten this complete. Gnotto from Leeds is better than El Shaarawy. Locatelli from Juventus is better than Cristante. Those are just some thoughts, people. You let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Big up to Hitman. Thank you for your kind donation, buddy. Really appreciate it. I don't think the poor performance reflects actions against other teams. Italy was really poor. This reminds me, ironically, of Portugal 6 and Switzerland 1. So, are you saying, Hitman, that when Switzerland go up against an England or Slovakia in the quarterfinals, that they need to raise their game even higher? I said this at the beginning of the stream. I don't think this was the best Swiss team we've seen. They were in utter... All they had to do in that first half, they were playing good football. They got it to the final third. All they just needed was just that final pass and final decision making. And if that had happened, they would have gotten a goal earlier. They were just wasting opportunity to find the killer pass. That I think when they get to that quarterfinal, they know we got to play a lot better immediately starting the game. And this is just... But big up. Thank you for your kind donation. And yeah, it's kind of ironic that was really a poor performance from Switzerland back in 2022 World Cup. They stepped it up today in the round of 16, and their opponents were poor. Because I think as well, during when it was 6-1, Yeah, okay, Gonzalo Ramos, he got the hat trick and everything, and good for him. Got a career from that game. But Switzerland were utterly garbage in that round of 16 against Portugal. But today, they showed up. So congrats to every Swiss fan there. Back-to-back quarterfinals. Not many nations can say that. Not many nations can say that. But the Swiss, they can say that. All right, let's see what you people are saying here. Remember to hit the like button, people. This looked like a weekend game with the boys. No intensity. The only team that showed intensity in this game was the Swiss. I could not believe how flat, I mean so flat, from Italy. The first half. This is a round of 16 game. Get up, show desire, and move. The way they could just casually progress with the ball. Granit Xhaka, Freuler, Vargas, and Doy on the right side. They were just casually progressing with the ball, and there was no press from. Let's compare the game against Albania to the game today for the Italians. Against Albania, when they lost the ball, let's get it back. Immediately counter press. Today, they lost the ball. All right, cool. Yeah, we're fine. We can just defend here. We'll get it to 0-0. We'll go to penalties, and we'll trust Donnarumma. I think that was Spalletti's tactics, if I'm going to be honest. It is a disgrace. This is a disgrace to Italian football. It's because maybe we got some youngsters here as well in the chat. And we got some older people. Is this the most disgraceful Azzurri performance in modern time? I think this is worse than North Macedonia. North Macedonia, they just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net, and North Macedonia scored a crazy goal. Slovakia, okay, that was a bit of a crazy game in the World Cup in 2010. Sweden, maybe you could say that to San Siro. Sweden really performed defensively good. I think this is really the worst performance I've ever seen. Yeah, exactly right. Italy were so relaxed after 2-0 down. It didn't even look like they were going for a goal. That's how bad they were playing. They didn't even make one clear-cut chance. Not one. What was the XG for Italy in this game? I don't even want to know. I'm scared to look, people. I'm actually scared to look here. Huh? Surely that's from the Scamacca chance. 0.78. I think that's the Scamacca chance that hit the post, but he was offside, so we're not going to count that because that's one big chance. That is it. The only opportunity they had was Retegi's goal. I think they counted the, let's see here. This is all the shots they had, people. Chiesa. How can they have one shot in the first half, excuse me. One shot, people. This is so pathetic. This is it. Retegi. And I think, yep, okay, so they counted that Scamacca chance, but he would have been offside. So really, they have an XG of 0.3. Oh my god. Wow. I mean, bring back Balotelli. I agree. Balotelli would have done more than Retegi. Actually, you know what? To be fair, Retegi tried. He tried. Balotelli would have been better than Scamacca. Or what's the 16-year-old dude at AC Milan? Casadere? I can't remember his name. Casadere or something like that. Who's scoring all the goals for the youth team. Made his debut for AC Milan. He'd probably be doing better than Scamacca. Who's that youngster at the under-17s for the Italians that was cooking and looking like the Italian Foden? I mean, those two guys, I don't care if they're 16, 17. Look at Lamine Yamal. I'm pretty sure they would have done better than some of the players we saw at this Euros. So yeah, this is definitely a pasta cookout. Because when you perform like that, and you disgrace yourself in front of the world, Camarda. Thank you, yeah, Camarda. That guy looks good. I've seen him play for the U17s here in Finland. Well, he was with the U17s for Italy. He's good. He's got a promising future. Bring him. This is now what Spalletti has to do and the FA. They have to trust the youth players. These guys clearly are not good enough. And yeah, okay, Spalletti, has to take some heat for the lineup and everything. Fully understand that. But they have to now just trust the youth players. They have good players. But it now comes down to, what do you do with Spalletti? Because I'm sorry, this is almost a sackable offense during these Euros. He's had one good half, Spalletti, of coaching. The rest has been absolutely egregious. So let me know your thoughts, people. in the chat. Yeah, look, Xhaka's best player in Euros. I mean, Xhaka, I'm sorry, people. He needs to be in the Ballon d'Or debate. Yeah, he needs to be in the... Yeah, he's not going to get you the goals. For now, Vinny is first. But Granit Xhaka should be top 5 in Ballon d'Or. The dude has lost one game all season. Has performed in every single game except the Europa League final. That's the only game where I'm like, okay, Granit Xhaka, you didn't have the best today. But, god damn, he is cooking at this Euros. He was cooking in the Bundesliga, DFB Pokal, whatever tournament, Granit Xhaka has been amazing. So he should get acknowledgement. He should get some credit, and he should be, because we always hear Bellingham, we hear Vinny, Mbappe, other guys, Foden, Kane, whatever names you want to throw there. Why doesn't Granit Xhaka get love? Why? Because he's not from a powerhouse footballing nation? What's the difference between England and Switzerland? One World Cup. Okay, cool. Granit Xhaka has to get some plaudits from the voters. If he doesn't get at least in the top 10, I don't care about the Ballon d'Or, but the guy deserves some credit for what he has gone through in his career, and for some reason also, Toni Kroos as well. Yeah, I would put Toni Kroos. For some reason, it just didn't work out at Arsenal. He had one good season with under Arteta. Yeah, of course, it's his own actions that cost him. But Granit Xhaka, since he's made that move to Bayer Leverkusen, has been a completely different player. Leadership and footballing. We know he was very talented at Borussia Mönchengladbach, but my God, the way he's just playing. I mean, round of applause for Granit Xhaka, Freuler. They should all. That's a good. I'm glad somebody brought that up, that he's been the best player at the Euros, because I'm gonna actually tweet that out. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, people. Those links are in the description down below, and also the Discord, where it's a bit more of a rogue Michael out there in the Discord. YouTube, we keep it simple, we keep it controlled. Granit Xhaka has to be in the nomination for the Ballon d'Or. I don't care. He's been amazing this season. But this is mostly about the disastrous Euros. The only reason why Italy are even here in the round of 16 is because of Zaccagni's last minute goal. If they didn't score that, they would have been out, because they would have not been one of the best third place teams. If that doesn't scream alarm bells to every Italian, to the FA, to Spalletti, they need a wake-up call. They need it. Mancini just struck gold with that team. They had an amazing team that could control games with the midfield of Verratti, Barella, and Jorginho. Those three guys at the last Euros were just killing it. They were fantastic. Now, the midfield can't control a game. I'm sure they have the talent to do it. You have Fagioli, you have Barella. I'm not the biggest fan of Locatelli, but he could play in that position. So clearly there's talent to keep on playing the way that Mancini was doing it. But Spalletti just needs to get his shit together. Because if he doesn't, then I'm sorry. If they cannot get the strikers and actually promote the forwards, then Italy might miss another World Cup. I'm sorry, people. As much as I love this footballing nation. They have history. They've had one of the greatest players of all time, Maldini to Baggio, you name it, people. But they have to now have a drastic change on the way. Thank you, Diego. Yes, exactly. And I've been saying this all stream. They have just won the U17. They just won the U19 last year of the Euros. They must now trust the U. None of this, okay, let's try Scamacca. Let's get Retegui, who has, Italian grandparents from Argentina. No. You have to trust your players. Clearly, Italians have good coaches. They have amazing suits. They have amazing, well, maybe not the best food in the world, even though it's good, but it's not the best, I would say. Just my preference. Don't kill me, Italians. But now, they must trust the youth players. They have to. If they don't, then, oh boy. Yeah, it's coming next month. Don't worry. Our preview and prediction for the Asian World Cup qualifiers. Don't worry about that. Overall, people, comfortable victory for Switzerland. 2-0. They move on to the quarterfinals. They face either England or Slovakia. And right now, with the way they're playing, they are going to be favorites. They are going to be favorites heading into that game because of the way they're playing. We'll see how England perform against Slovakia. Yeah, England have a better team on paper than Switzerland. But it's about coaching and how you play as a unit. And as a unit, Switzerland are playing one of the best football alongside Austria, Germany, and Spain. So, if you're Swiss, get excited. That's all I'm going to say. Get excited because this could be a very, very good tournament for them. All right, people. I think that's enough roasting of the... Oh, man. I don't want to roast the Italians, man. I don't. But that was such an egregious performance. Yes, and we're gonna be live here after Germany and Denmark, so join me for that, people. Hopefully we get a good game, even though I think Denmark are gonna really, really struggle. But, jeez, I mean, just so pathetic. It's just so pathetic. I hope Denmark at least put up a better fight than the Italians. Hopefully they understand that this is a round of 16 game. I hope they do. Because clearly the Italians didn't understand that. They didn't. But everybody, I will catch you all later. Remember to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And like I said, I'm hoping we get a Switzerland-Austria semifinal because that would be awesome and epic. See you all after Germany and Denmark. Adios.